Hi, this is Health Powered Productivity by RaderCo. We're revitalizing productivity and banishing burnout through practical, tailored tools, healthy, sustainable habits, and coaching accountability. Declutter your mind, body, and life, one habit at a time. I'm your productivity lead, Marcey Rader, with your next bite-sized nugget of knowledge. Now is the perfect time to hire a virtual assistant. Because if you were someone nervous about hiring offshore or virtual before, you've now spent about 18 months working with people virtually, and you know that it can work beautifully. Time is money. I don't want to spend even 1 minute doing work that doesn't serve me or give me a return on investment. I can't struggle with the things that aren't in my line of genius or continue doing things I'm good at that I would be better off handing over to someone who would be great at it. The words virtual assistant are so broad as to not really describe anyone at all anymore. It's very underwhelming. There are actual assistant roles, but many virtual professionals fall under the titles of a digital marketer, SEO expert, web designer, content provider, video editor, and logo creator. Really, they're just virtual professionals and, quite frankly, just contractors or part of your team, because now almost anyone can be virtual. The time is so fitting to hire a VA now. I have created a free handbook, Work Well with a VA. You can find the link in the show notes, to help people get started on the process and describe the types of VAs and the tasks involved. So why should you hire a virtual assistant or professional right now? Well, many people lost their jobs in 2020 and hung their own shingle. And not only can they take on the tasks you aren't great at, but they probably know more about a particular area than you do. They have high skill sets that can help you with your job or business, and you give someone employment. If you have a business, you may not be able to have someone full-time. The gig economy is real, and a virtual assistant falls within that realm. Now, some VA agencies have minimum hours, others do not. And there are others that may only require just a few hours a week. Or you can just hire by project. If you are in a growing business, you might be curious about what a virtual assistant could do for you. Examples include calendar management, digital marketing, image searches, presentation editing, search engine optimization, bookkeeping, and responding to customer emails. If you work for a company and think that you can't hire your own assistant, pay them yourself, and come out way ahead in time, well, let me tell you, there are a lot of people that do this under the radar. Examples of tasks that people that work for companies will have virtual assistants do include presentation edits, customer research, formatting of spreadsheets and documents, curating news and professional development information. Because, hey, if it's not confidential, does it matter who does it as long as you have ownership and the final approval? And, what's $50 a week to pay somebody to do some, customer research or maybe, do some curating on LinkedIn for you? If it's not going to give away any company secrets, then, shore up your time to do things that are more worthwhile for you. Or maybe you're just plain busy and you wish you had a fairy to delegate some of your tasks to. Well, start keeping a list of all those things you want to get rid of and see how long that list gets. Virtual assistants work with solopreneurs all the way up to large companies that hire them to work with their leaders or teams. And most of the time when we think virtual assistants, we do think offshore. Now, I know one company with a VA as a perk for their employee of the month who gets to use their skills for 10 hours, however they want to. If they want to use them for vacation research or, putting some email templates together or something, they can use them for whatever they want. So I've been in business 8 years. I've had a virtual assistant for 7. I have, in the beginning, paid my virtual assistant even more than I paid myself sometimes, because I knew that eventually it would flip and it would help me grow my business. And when I look at people that got started about the same time I did, I really feel like for some of them, I progressed much faster because I invested in a virtual assistant. So here's how I've used them. Rhea Donato was found through Virtual Staff Finders in the Philippines. That is a headhunting recruiting service. It is not an agency that I pay them to employ Rhea. Rhea has been full-time with me for 6 years. She has a degree in IT. She is my technical wizard. Her title is support specialist, but if you go on any of our 4 websites, she built those. She creates our marketing materials. She maintains our Work Well, Play More masterclass, and she owns all of the systems that we use. So Acuity, Podia, ClickUp, ConvertKit, she owns those. Evelyn Garcia was somebody I had in 2020, and she was found through Virtual Latinos, and she is in Guatemala. She's a college professor and is working on her master's degree in human resources. She worked with us for a few months and provided valuable feedback on our marketing, and her focus was pitching me to conferences, events, and podcasts. Esther Miriaki was found through iWorker, and she resides in Kenya. She is a CPA and an MBA, and she did my bookkeeping and also gave feedback on email campaigns because I have a large CPA community. And Andrea Ramos is she's our current marketing specialist that we found through iWorker. She is from Venezuela and works about 10 hours a week. She has a master's in marketing. She creates all of our fabulous go-to guides, which if you've downloaded anything from RaderCo, then she's probably the one that created it. And she also owns this podcast. So everything around this podcast, except for writing the content, recording it, is her. Like she owns this part of RaderCo. Technically, they are virtual assistants, but I don't see them that way. They are my team members. Virtual Latinos and iWorker are both featured in the Work Well with the VA handbook. They are 2 virtual professional agencies that I completely trust, and I have had nothing but great experiences with them. So if you're curious about what a VA can do for you, download that free handbook. You can find it at marceyrader.com/VA-handbook. You do not have to be a business owner, wealthy, or consider yourself a fancy pants to benefit. The perfect time is now to hire a virtual professional.